And that does bring us to our political plays of the week. We're glad to have Democrat Michael John Gray and Republican analyst Bill Vickery here with us this morning. Gentlemen, great to see you this morning. First off, let's touch on that last story I just talked about. Your thoughts on Senator Hendren leaving the Republican Party and becoming an independent. Tell me about this move and what it says.
I think he's telegraphed this for some time. He's been fairly outspoken about policies that he disagreed with on the national level with the Republican Party. I do think that the senator wants to run for governor. I think being an independent adds to that in terms of his ability to run in the fall and try to forge a coalition of, say, conservative Democrats and just center-right Republicans to oppose either Leslie Rutledge or Sarah Sanders. The pathway in the Republican primary wasn't going to work out. But I also do think that the senator has been a pretty independent voice for most of his political career. But it is big news because he comes from the first family of the Republican Party here in Arkansas, with his uncle being governor, with his other uncle, Tim Hutchinson, was a U.S. Senator from Arkansas, and many family members. His sister serves in the legislature, his father served, all of that. So it's a big deal, no doubt about it.
Michael John, what do you think about it?
Well, it's a really big deal. I think it's a lot bigger than maybe a run for governor. I think it highlights, and I hope it really highlights for everybody out there, the problem we're seeing in Little Rock, the problem we're seeing across the country. Is you have good people, regardless of which letter they put by their name, they run for office, they go down there to do the work, and we're getting caught up in this national, divisive, scary message that mainly is coming from the Republican Party right now. And Senator Hendren is a good man. He'd had enough. He said, I'm down here to do things. I'm not down here to be divisive. And so he said, I'm going to create a space. I would argue that that space is already there in the Democratic Party, but he is highlighting the issues we're seeing with the Republican Party in Arkansas right now.
And, you know, touching on that, Governor Hutchinson was on Save the Union, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago, and he said that former President Trump should not define our future. We have got to define it for ourselves. What is he, what kind of tone is he trying to set for the Republican Party here in Arkansas and beyond?
Well, it's a lot easy to say after President Trump lost. I didn't see Governor Hutchinson adamantly against President Trump before the end of the election. What it says to the Republican Party here in Arkansas is they've got a big lift. You have Governor Hutchinson, you have his nephew who's left the party, who has been a Mike Beebe-esque governor, governed down the middle, made sure the state had what it needed. And we've got a Republican Party, save a very few members in the House and Senate, who are continue to fan the flames of this divisive rhetoric.
Michael John, I'm so sorry to cut you off here. I only have 30 seconds. I want Bill to get a chance to chime in real quick.
Yeah, well, being the Republican, I can tell you, he is governed as Asa Hutchinson-esque, not like anybody else. He's cut taxes, he brought industry to the state. And so, look, the Republican Party is fine. It's where all the action is. That's what happens when you're the dominant party in power and you control in such a broad swath. You're going to have these kind of internal fights that occurred for many years inside the Democratic Party. So nothing really new here. I will say this. I do think Donald Trump is going to be an active political figure on the national scene. He's not going away. I doubt he runs in 2024, but I do think he has a big imprint on the Republican Party nationally and here in the state.
All right, Bill, Michael John, thanks so much for weighing in for today's political plays. We'll see you all here next Monday. And we'll be right back.